Friends, today is 5th June 2020. As we all are celebrating World Environment Day, which is common concern of mankind and planet. As we all are witnessing COVID-19, which has claimed more than 3 lakh people lives. Now, an important question which comes into our mind is, do we have environmental justice right? And is it apt to link a relationship between coronavirus 19 and environmental justice? The answer is yes. Because coronavirus has affected the life of millions of the people, and still, as per WHO reports, corona will not go today, and we have to adapt our lifestyle according to the coronavirus, and we have to save safety of health is one of the key aspect. But the question is about environmental justice. Farmers, migrants, and tribal people are facing extreme crisis in the period of lockdown, as COVID administration has targeted the people which left with no option but to resort to lockdown. Government has tried at its best by imposing lockdown sanctions, but there were lot of confusion among the people with regard to laws, epidemic laws, and environment. Now, environmental justice, if we will see, environmental justice says which is based on the principle of non-discrimination and equality, and it says that everyone should have a right to enjoy a clean environment. First thing. Second, we need to get benefits of environment to all, which is a common concern of mankind. Once again, I will remind you people that climate change, disaster, man-made anthropogenic interference has affected the climate so badly. But in during the COVID-19, ecological scientist is of the view that environment is getting clean. But is it apt to say that in that state we can enjoy environmental justice? What about the urban animals which are dying from hunger? What about the people in the urban and village stand still in their homes? Economy is at stake. An entire principle of sustainable development is in question. Now, in terms of COVID, we are left with no choice. Human consumerism and commercialization has led a wide impact on environment. We are facing more than 1 million species extinction. Our flora and fauna is at stake. What we will eat, it is a question of food security. It is a question of insects attack like locust attack which we are facing today. Now important question is how we will manage environmental justice in administration of coronavirus. First of all, I would like to acquaint you people about the administration of coronavirus. Now, during COVID, there is extreme health emergency declared by the central government of India under Disaster Management Act 2005. We are left with no choice, but we are still using our colonial epidemic act 1897, which says in the case of health crisis, state government can take any decision to put things for a lockdown. That has happened in this case, but it is apt to raise a question about international health governance as well as environment. WHO, in the sense of confusion, despite several reminders by the other state, has not been able to take measures because of its limitation. First thing, International Health Regulation 2005 were kept at stake by China because in such situation information sharing is the first principle. Second is to make people on alert mode and share information with the world community, which is once again a violation of international law and international health regulation. And this is the reason why WHO is facing extensive criticism by world politics and people. Now we have a very apt question We are in a state of economic crisis, we are in a state of environmental crisis, though for a time being we have seen less pollution in the environment. For a time being, we have seen the wildlife enjoying its best in the time of COVID-19, but this is not a permanent settlement. We need to venture, we need to have certain institutions, we need to realize the mistake which we have committed from the coronavirus 19, and important question of ethics comes into the action. Whether extreme consumerism and commercialization and nature of greed economy in order to have more and more, ask we people a very serious question. Do we have a right to survive? Yes, we have. What are our obligations towards the future generation? That is the question of intergenerational equity comes into the picture. Now here, under the notion of environmental justice, which has its notion that everybody should take a gain or benefit of environment to enjoy the life to its full standard and well-being, which is the notion of World Health Organization, and everything is at stake today. Our labs, pharmaceutical companies are making experiments. Nobody knows the impact and origin, that how disastrous result we are facing right now. Our living habits, use of bats or animals, which is being attributed to raise the virus, infectious virus in the environment. Tomorrow nobody knows what sort of new virus will arise due to mutation. The world has already seen the impact of Zika virus, SARS, and Ebola virus, which we have seen earlier, has already affected the African continent. And today, the pandemic coronavirus 19 is asking us a question, that why we are not changing the ethics of experiment, the ethics in pharmaceutical companies and research in biogenetic or ecological inventions, or the scientists which we are involved. And one of the important question is what international community is doing. Can we use it as a tool for attack from one government against one government to other government? Can it in future be a war like situation, means a bio war, or we can say a chemical warfare later on? Now these are the questions which we need to venture, that where we are moving. And in this scenario, we need to make a world unite and move towards international governance, as well as application of international law in domestic framework with full confidence and capacity building measures. We are left with no choice, but we can't retaliate against nature, because the fury of nature is disastrous, and still we are having no technology to withstand nature's fury. But what about the man-made fury? That COVID-19 is attributed, that certain research work is saying it is made in lab. Nobody knows the origin. And the act of China is also a very disastrous move in world community. Now we need to ask a question, can one state be held liable under the state responsibility for raising this pandemic? Like world is asking question from China. So far as the notion of environmental justice is concerned, everybody is equally responsible for this act. We cannot imagine only from the government that government will do this act, but participative coordinated approach is required in order to deal with the obligation, and it is a sui generis obligation on all to act in favor of humanity, in favor of flora and fauna, in order to make ecologically sound practices and promote environment such that we can enjoy the benefits of flora and fauna. And this is the only remedy which we are left to enjoy in the world. Otherwise we will lose our planet, we will lose our future generation from enjoying quality of life. Thank you, and go green, go for green economy, follow best practices and adopt eco-friendly practices in order to make and save humanity life and planet Mother Earth. Thank you.
Thank you for watching our video. Like, share and subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for the latest updates.